Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in this video I want to talk to y'all about kind of building confidence in your work as a creator, which also, not gonna lie, bleeds over a whole lot into building confidence just in your day-to-day life. Now, I can only speak of my experiences because you and I are different people. We have different lives and ways of dealing with things, and just all together, the cat's strapping her claws on the rug. Hurry, don't do that. But all together, we're just different, and that's okay. Things that have worked well for me may not work well for you. Things that work well for you might not have worked for me so well, but that doesn't invalidate it or make it any less effective, because this is about our personal journeys as humanoids and as artisans, or creators or writers or whatever you're doing with your life. I have a lot of people comment and be like, oh, I'll never be able to do this, or I'll never be able to do this as good as you. And it's like, please don't say that, because first off, that's the best way to completely undermine your potential, your enthusiasm for continuing. That's just you holding yourself down. Or if people around you are saying it, first off, punch them in the throat, because that's not nice. Well, I don't know about punching them in the throat. Maybe you don't want to take my advice, but separate yourselves from them, from their negativity, because especially in your seedling stages of coming into blooming, you need to stay away from influences like that. What was I saying though? Look at that little kitty in the background. That's TT. Sorry. Gosh, fine, focus. Don't undermine your own potential by telling yourself, I'll never be able to do this. And this is very rich coming from me, because I used to do that all the time, and I still catch myself doing it now. But time to start talking about my experience. Again, take and leave what you will. This is just me kind of sharing. Please pardon all the animal noises happening in the house. Rewind 10 years. Randy and I were living in Tennessee, and I would get on DeviantArt and do my uploads and stuff, and I would, up until like 9 p.m., be perfectly capable of looking at other people's amazing wire work and chainmail and polymer clay and be like, wow, that's awesome. And like, not feel horrible about myself. 901 rolls around, and I could not look at somebody else's work without being like, oh, garbage, which is not a healthy state of mind. So I had to just stop getting on DeviantArt. Whenever I would catch it starting to happen, I'd just quit it cold turkey and be like, I'll come back tomorrow when I'm not a hot mess. And the way that I would combat these insecurities, because I've had and still have sometimes crippling insecurities, that it's like, I would never say, I couldn't even get out of bed because the coffee pot is downstairs from where I sleep. I have got to get out of bed. But it's like, almost a breath caught in your chest, like so afraid to move forward kind of insecurities, as well as a hefty dose of self-loathing and just being so critical of my own work, and so much stuff that, again, just chisels away at the foundation of your confidence and ability and potential as an artist. But it's always nice to have something to put up a fight against. And so the way I would start to combat it is do something. It's if I see somebody else's wire wrapping and I was feeling crappy about myself and being like, I just suck, I'll never be good at this, then it's like, bitch, practice. Get in there and practice. You will get better. Do something, because all I can do, and this is what I found over the past decade of doing something, is all I can do is try my best. Sometimes it works out and it's amazing and I'm blown away and surprised, like, guys, I did it. And sometimes I'm like, ugh, bury it in the backyard. This is horrible. But I learned something. even if the only thing that I learned is how to salvage scraps from a messed up project. And it was like, to me, that was the best. It was building an arsenal of completed, proud of, gratifying projects that I could use against this other Vaughn that was like so negative and awful and meh, meh, meh. Yeah, just like that. That I could be like, no, look, I did this, so shut your mouth, because I did my best and I like it. And if you don't like it, that's on you. Like, all I can do is try my best. And so that paired to being relentlessly optimistic. Did I go blurry? Yeah, there we go. Less blurry. But yeah, relentless optimism, which some people just aren't like that. And again, this is why this is what's worked for me. You know, take and leave what you will. Oh, and I had so many different ideas that I was going to talk about, and then I completely forgot. I get in front of y'all and I start rambling. So let's ramble. It's helped a lot that I learned to not take criticism personally, because first off, if somebody comments or says to my face that, well, this is crappy, why would you do that? And I'm like, who hurt you? Like, that's reflection on them as opposed to reflection on me. And even if it's only a reflection on their inability to not, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all, kind of outlook on that one. It's like, you can either be polite or bugger off. So just saying. But then also, Randy's always been very good at tactfully dealing out some constructive criticism, and that he has really helped me to shape my inner voice from this habitual degradation to, well, maybe, you know, well, I don't like that part. Well, maybe if we did it a little bit different this way, then I might like it better. And kind of something that, yes, it's not what I wanted it to be. Yes, I don't think it's very good. How can I make it better? How can we move forward from this instead of wallowing around in artistic despair and being like, ¿Por qué? Why do I suck? And it just takes steps to move forward. Like with watercoloring and stuff, sometimes it just doesn't work out. That's when I flip the paper over. You'll let it dry. Flip the paper over and try again. Maybe coming at it from a different approach, maybe watching a couple of tutorials, you know, like just trying to get more of a bearing of what's going on here. So yeah, it's, again, for me, the only thing that I found that helped me deal with myself as a person was to just consistently try my best. And that's whenever people on the internet will leave passive aggressive, like totally uncalled for, like backhanded compliment, like all kinds of like just negative feedback, it's usually, it just slides right off, because again, I feel like, y'all, I did my best. Sorry if you don't like it. I'm not like duct taping you to a chair and stapling your eyeballs open and making you watch this. You know, you can walk away at any time. You have no obligation to watch all 40 minutes of that video that I was out of frame for. But I did my best and I learned from it. But it's whenever I do a project that I know I could have tried harder. I could have, it's like, yeah, I could have spent 30 more minutes to edit, but I was crunched on time, but like tons of excuses, whatever it boils down to is I could have done better. And that's whenever the comments cut through and I'm like, yes, I know, I'm sorry. Like, and again, all I can do is move forward and learn from, well, maybe I should try to plan better next time. So after 10 years of doing this professionally, there's still a lot to learn, a lot of, well, I'll do that a bit different next time. And that's even for those of y'all who've been sticking around with me since, I mean, I'm not going to get like way back. Like, I mean, I posted my first tutorial in 2012. But even for those of y'all who've been around since way back, I've grown a lot just by equipment expansion and figuring out lighting. Some of my earlier videos, I would have been recording from my station on that wall where everything would have been backlit. Whereas now I'm like, girl, use that window for natural lighting. Um, so, yeah, so it's my advice that I would give to a younger self, or to myself tomorrow if I'm stuck in a pit of despair and cannot pull myself out of it. Just do your best. Like, be true to yourself, which is easier said than done sometimes. But just do your best. Like, even if you don't feel like it's very good, if you keep trying your best and keep riding that edge, you'll keep getting better and better and better, and progress is made in millimeters in whatever facet of your life you're working in, whether it's your career, your hobbies, your health. Progress is made in millimeters, and sometimes you slip and you're back, but you've already established this footholds. You'll get there again. You'll do this, and you're gonna rock it, and it's gonna be awesome. So there's that advice for the day. And then also too, as far as the relentless optimism goes, I don't want to present myself in a way that I'm like this confidence goddess that like never has a bad day. It's like, you can ask anybody who lives with me, like Randy and Asmith can vouch 100%. I have manic mood swings. Like, I go from being like perfectly okay to like I'm basically stomping around the house just in, like, if it were an anime, I'd have like dark lines or like squiggly marks of like depression. And some days the depression wins. And those are the days that I don't shoot videos on because I'm in a hot mess. But more often than not, I don't feel like I suffer from depression. I feel like I battle it. And some days I'm a Valkyrie and I win, and it's like, yes. And other days it's like I have to go and lick my wounds in private. But we each have our things that we deal with. So, but again, it all, for me, stems back to I just try my best. And every day I get more ammunition against this more depressed, negative self to try to meet myself in the middle. Like, a much younger me had to be 100% all the time. I always had to be what I felt like. I had to be perfect. I had to do the best all the time. And that's not sustainable. Just like being a depressed, grumpy monster all the time isn't sustainable. But so for me, I'm trying to find this, like, where my swing doesn't swing as wide, but maybe just fluctuates a little bit. But I don't know. I also feel like if I didn't swing as wide, I like getting to be all the way over here as far as the super happy goes. Man, oh man, I get tired of being over here. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. And whenever, as soon as I find the answer, I will let you guys know. So, gardening helps. Yoga helps. Surrounding myself with a very supportive network of friends online. I love y'all. You guys are so honest with me. You have never hesitated to deal out constructive criticism whenever it's like, I really like what you're doing, Vaughn, but maybe you don't need 7 camera angles for one tutorial all on the screen at the same time. It's like, thank you guys, because that helps me to grow. I benefit from your external perspective, and hopefully y'all benefit from my learning from it. And notice I don't do tutorials with 7 camera views. Oh, that's exaggerating. With 3 camera angles though. Like, boop, 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 3 camera angles. It was a mess, you guys. But y'all bore through it. Y'all bore through me being like, so in today's tutorial, I'm going to do blah, blah. Like, center it, Vaughn. I'm very blessed with Randy, too. He's been my rock and my strength through everything over the past, next month it'll be 13 years that he'll have been in my life, helping me to not just find room to breathe and to grow as a little seedling, but he's helped me to bloom, and he's always made space. I'm a big bloomer, I guess. Like, I've basically taken over the house with my crafty stuff, but he's every step of the way. Like, I could be sitting on top of his head crafting, And, you know, like, and he's just there trying to play World of Warcraft, and I'm like crafting on his desk, like putting stuff in between his hands in front of the keyboard, and he's like, okay, honey, do what you need to do. Now he has a whole room all to himself, so I don't have to do that anymore. But when we were in our 1-bedroom apartment, it got pretty, he'd come home from work and his desk would be covered in my projects, and he never once yelled at me or complained or was passive aggressive. Like, he's been great every step of the way. So Randy, if you're watching this, thank you for being awesome, and I love you, like, so much. But oh, sorry. But I'm blessed with him in my life. Azimuth is a wonderful counterbalance to my personality, because he's very curmudgeon-y. But it helps me to, again, practice that stubborn optimism, relentless optimism again. And I think we're actually starting to rub off on him. I think I saw him smile yesterday. So, and then again, all y'all, and, you know, just, y'all know who you are, my besties. And I really appreciate that, because y'all have helped me so much to be the best version of myself that I can be. And that, more than anything, has given me the confidence to put myself out there without makeup on, I unbraided my hair after bed, and after getting out of bed this morning, I was like, yeah, this is probably as good as it's gonna get for today, in my pajama shirt, like, just here for, we're now up to 57,000 subscribers as of whatever day it is. I don't know what day it is. Friday maybe. But because this is me, guys. This is the best I can do. So thanks for hanging out with me. And if y'all have any questions, comments, or ideas, I'd love to hear from you down below. What works for you for building confidence? Because I'm not gonna lie, most of the time I'm pretty nervous that, like, what if this thing has been kind of working for a decade, stops working entirely tomorrow? What on earth am I gonna do? It's like, hey Google. Like, that's me typing. But yeah, I want to hear from y'all though, because it's on my other video that I did about sticking to what you're good at, which is not like how it sounds. Y'all should go watch it. If I remember to, there'll be a video in the annotations that I just learned how to use 10 years into it. But yeah, the kind of feedback, I haven't been able to go through and reply to everybody's messages yet, but just going through and reading y'all's comments gives me strength for through the day. It really does. It's awesome. Like, thank you guys. So I want to hear from y'all more, and kind of seeing the community build in between each other, like in between y'all as well, has been really, like, y'all are so cool. Like, I have like the coolest YouTube fans. Like, and I don't even like calling you guys fans, because it's like, we're all just people. We're all just, you know, a lot of y'all have started your own YouTube channels, and, you know, and I kind of quietly go and watch your videos. I'm not a big commenter on YouTube. I'm really not. I don't, because usually if I'm typing, it's going to be in response to somebody. I don't want to be going off and having fun without having done my work first. So it's, but I love going through and watching y'all's videos, and like seeing you guys grow, and like, you guys are so cool. So keep being awesome, guys. Happy crafting. And, oh yeah, links to all the social media and Patreon and everything down below. I don't know if you can see, but that fairy house right there, I'm giving it away this coming Tuesday. Maybe January 23rd. Don't quote me on the date. Whatever Tuesday is coming up, I'm giving it away to my patrons. If you pledge $1, you get 1 entry into the giveaway. If you pledge $5 or more, you get $5 into the giveaway. And then like $10, you get behind the scenes and Patreon exclusive videos. You also get like $20 and up, you get craft crates mailed to you monthly. All sorts of stuff that we're doing over there. So that one, it's super cute. I'm going to do a separate live stream entirely over on my Back to Earth Creations Facebook page. Don't fight. Hey. I gotta go wrangle some cats. But bye guys, have a beautiful day, and let's all try our best. So